Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 979, we're going to continue our clue quest and talk about Mastermind Plum. First and foremost, I will start out by saying the absolute perfect card for this deck I did not have. It is the Ixalan enchantment. It's black. Oh, you win if you get 10 treasures. That's obviously the greatest card in the deck. Didn't have one. I've got it earmarked for another deck. So, anyway. When Mastermind Plum attacks, exile up to one target card from a graveyard. If an artifact card was exiled this way, make a treasure. You cast a spell. If mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, draw a card and lose one life. A lot of hoops to jump through there. We have a little bit of treasure synergy, not a lot. As I said, the big boy is not there. But let's look at what we got. First, we will look at our ramp. Now, yes, I did try to do things like the Burnished Heart and the Hedron Archive. That way, those are artifacts that put themselves into the graveyard so that we make and get a treasure. But otherwise, it's normal stuff. Soul Ring, Charcoal Diamond, Pristine Talisman, Guardian Idol. And I like this Planar Atlas. I like it. I do. Now, Bantu's Monument is, I guess, ramp for creatures. Cost reduction, maybe. We do have the Crypt Ghast, since we are, playing mono black. Love that Crypt Ghast art. Oh, man. And then the Nirkana Revenant. I know it's hard to consider a 6 mana anything to be ramp, but when it doubles your available mana from swamps, it's kind of good. So, card draw. Wow, this is a bunch. Sign in Blood, Night's Whisper, Painful Lesson, Ambition's Cost, Infectious Inquiry, and Read the Bones are normal. Now, I wish I had more Siphon Minds because this is a beautiful card. It is great for larger games. I absolutely love it. And then Season the Perverter of Truth. Now, this is a global effect, obviously. But you know what? Most people tend not to mind. If there's not an Underworld Dreams or a Nekuzar sitting right beside it. Anyway. Do we do equipment? Let's do our creatures. We have a lot of removal in the deck in form of creatures and others. But lots and lots of creatures, or removal. We have the Plague Crafter, Demon Disciple, Shriekmaw, Noxious Gearhulk, of course, Pitiless Plunderer. People aren't going to have that many creatures. That way, we can exile things. It's more of a creature control deck than anything else. Got to have our good friend Singier the Dark Baron, so when things die, he gets really big. Now, Blabila Sackful Baggins makes treasure, so there we go. Ravenous Chuppathingy, Zulaport Cutthroat, Butcher of Malakir. Butcher of Malakir, so good I am actually running the enchantment version. Y'all know it as Grave Pact. Sir Conrad, because that's fun at parties, right? Ayara, First of Lochthwain. The Greedy Freebooter, also, when it dies, you scry one, make a treasure. I don't think we'll have a problem killing him off. Nader's Nightblade, OG Massacre Girl, Bloodletter of Adko A-Word. Yeah, because that's, for 4 mana, 2/4 flying, yeah. And then, of course, Sheoldred, the Whispering one, to keep getting that creature back and keep making them sacking. Now, I do have some equipment our little creatures can put on, like the selfie stick here, the Blade of Selves. Love that Noxious Gearhulk. Love that, just about anything. The Terran's Soul Cleaver needs to be in focus. Vigilance, Artifact creatures put in the graveyard from the battlefield. 1/1 counter an equipped creature. Yeah, it's kind of sweet. Whisper Silk Cloak to grant the Shroud. Same thing with Lightning Greaves. Now, Explorer Scope I probably should have put with Ramp. It's real good, especially early game. If you can turn one, drop this, or turn 2 drop it and equip it onto your turn 1 creature, that is beautiful. Blackblade Reforge. I know I play this card a lot, but I love cards that just reward you for playing the game. It just rewards you. It's just like, hey, here's an extra +5 or whatever. And then our Nazgul Battle Mace. I didn't think I'd ever see this. Equipped creature has Maness, Death Touch, Annihilator 1. Annihilator 1 on an equipment. Wow. Yeah, never thought I would see that. Before we get into our removal, let's look at our other category, shall we? The Bastion of Remembrance is pretty good when you're, sacking your creatures and stuff. Oversold Cemetery, also good for getting them back. Breach the Multiverse. Now, yeah, it runs it. It does put things in opponents' graveyards, and yes, they can be artifacts, and we can make treasures, and we can do the thing that we're supposed to be doing with the deck. I'll never be as fluid with it as a good friend of mine was this past weekend in Standard, but, hey. Buried Treasure, Treasure Map, Path of the Schemer. Sometimes we play Plane Chase. And then Exsanguinate, because, sometimes all that mana ramp we got and mana doubling, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. So now our spell removal. Chainer's Edict. The Gix's Command I did place. I mean, there's multiple options here, but I'm probably going to use it to kill creatures, let's face it. Go for the Throat. Walk the Plank. Feed the Swarm. Murder. I know it's been outclassed 4 million times, but I still like it. I love simple 3-word cards. Love them. Blood Money is about as good as it gets, right? Destroy all creatures, and then for each non-token, you get a treasure. It's tapped. Ooh. Deadly Rollick. Of course, it's pretty good. It doesn't kill it, it does exile it, but there are times when you need that. Talking to you, Avison. And then in Garrett's Wake to wipe the board. Well, your opponent's board. And that brings us to our non-basic lands. Got to have that Bajuka Bog. Polluted Mire for a little cycling. Volatile Fault. Special land control is non-basic land control. Control's the wrong word. Non-basic land removal management. There we go. Is key. And then our good friend Cabal Stronghold. And that is what we have got. It's a quick one today. Mono black. I guess you could argue it could be any mono black commander, but that was the direction I went with it. I appreciate y'all watching. Thank you so much. But right now, we're going to shuffle and cut.